Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know I'm AllCity with AllCityLiveTV.com, and thank you for tuning in. They're tracking you. 2K is tracking you, and how do you feel about that? Honestly, seriously, let me know in the comment section how you feel about 2K tracking your progress, tracking your gameplay. I honestly probably wouldn't even have a problem with 2K tracking my progress or gameplay if the progress or gameplay that's being tracked didn't lead to more transactions. You know, it's one thing, it's commonplace for businesses to kind of track how consumers interact with that business. I get that because they want to increase future sales for the product that they're offering their consumer. But it's different with 2K because what 2K is doing, and you guys let me know if you've experienced any of this, I feel like what 2K is doing when they're tracking your progress is not so much how you interact, is they're actually changing the product that's in front of you to increase sales or increase microtransactions. I can't call this 100% fact. I can't say that that's what it is. All I can say is my given experience, my own personal experience with 2K and how it changes from one patch to the next, one day to the next, 1 week to the next. And it seems like, I can't help but feel this way because it's been too many consistent years in a row consecutively. I have noticed that when I max out a player, he doesn't play at his most optimal. I feel like, you get a bunch of badges on a player, you max him out, and he doesn't play too different. If I've been fortunate enough to save clips from when I first brought a player out at like its lowest overall with no badges, and he's shooting great, finishing great, and then you grind him out, because this psychological thing says, well, if I grind them out, I'd be able to play even better. So you grind them out, and he doesn't play too different from the first day you brought him out. Or if you create a player, now you create some brand new player to play the game that you have in front of you, and then 2K releases a patch and you feel like, man, I just wasted my money on this player because 2K completely changed the dynamics of the game. So this is where I have a problem with 2K tracking my gameplay and tracking my progress, because I have noticed this all too often over the last few years especially. And I think somebody needs to kind of dig in and try to find this stuff out, in my personal opinion, because listen, I play the game every day, man. I think we are like the game's analysts. We analyze the game more than anything, especially content creators, because I play from a more analytical standpoint so I could bring you guys content. But it's all too often where I'm like, hold on, the game is not making any sense. I could understand if our entertainment was held at its most optimal and we were completely entertained playing 2K, that we don't even know this game, the company tracking us or any of the shiesty stuff, the shady stuff that they do. We don't even notice that because we're so entertained. We're so well entertained playing the game. But it's not the case. A lot of players are frustrated out there. A lot of players don't know what's going on. You got content creators just giving the game up. And all too often, what we've noticed over the past few years, 2K is not holding our entertainment as a priority. If they were, it'd be easy to bring back tigers and jetpacks. I was watching the homie Badge Plug in his video talking about how we, and Ticino tweeted out, where are the jetpacks and the tigers? We would love that back. How do we get that in 2K16, but in 2K21 on next gen, we get these bootleg ret rewards that doesn't even match up with our grind. Another thing as well is that the grind for 2K, for the homie, shout out to the homie who hit legend, the first legend on 2K21 for next gen, because it doesn't seem like there's good enough incentives to meet the grind. I'm talking about the homies are not even eating. They're at poor health, lack of sleep. There's so many repercussions to grinding to legend. It takes a toll. It's taxing on you physically and mentally. It's really taxing on you out there to grind to legend. And there's very little incentive for that grind. And 2K is limiting those incentives. 2K doesn't even give out those incentives. And it's not a small grind. It's a huge and gigantic grind that's really taxing on you, the player, mentally, emotionally, physically, is really taxing. So I think they need to offer some incentive, like some huge incentives that say it's really worth, so that way those endorphins could kick in and be like, man, I feel good about my grind. I feel good. You don't feel depleted. You feel what I'm saying? And this is not about the grind so much. So I just talking about the psychology behind it, because the way 2K sees it. Now, if they're tracking our gameplay and tracking our progress, and they offer less and less incentives to grind, and we have players continually grinding year after year, then for 2K as a company, they're like, well, we don't need to give them much, and they still out there grinding. And it's not a small grind. You're talking about people quit school, people quit their job. People do so much for 2K, but 2K does so little for the people, for the players, for their consumer base. I've never seen 2K introduce so many clothing items. Look at your rep rewards. Half of your rep rewards, probably more than half of your rep rewards, are clothing based. If you go spin the wheel, you win a Nike item. Now, you guys want to hear my theory as to why you consistently win a Nike item out there, or 3 Gatorade? You win 3 Gatorade, so that way you can see how you play with Gatorade and then go and purchase. You won't play with Gatorade without Gatorade again. They make sure that you're gonna purchase one of the most expensive items in the game. If you're playing Park, oh my God, you dropping a grip just to use Gatorade in the park. In rec or in pro-am, it's probably not as taxing on you. They kind of commit you. They give you a Nike item on the spin the wheel, so that way you can purchase some more Nike items or some more items while you're on the strip of stores. Everything is based in the psychology of the consumer or the gamer. It's not for your convenience. Don't let 2K confuse you and let you start thinking that it's for your convenience that they put all the stores in one strip right there for you guys to have access to everything. Don't let them confuse you. Don't allow yourself to think that it's for your convenience that they did this. It is not. This is all you got to understand. Big business operates in this way. The only difference between other corporations and 2K is that 2K could change the game in front of you. 2K could change it at the drop of a dime with a hot fix. How does 2K get into your pockets? By tracking your gameplay progress. If they can see universally that microtransactions are down, they're going to give you some incentive to get to the strip. So that's when you spin the wheel and you win a Nike item, they're gonna get you to the strip. How come they got NPCs traveling around? They want to make sure that in this large city that there's always access to purchasing something. They got stands, NPCs, strips of stores everywhere to purchase something. And you got to understand as well, don't get it confused that when you think that you're wasting your virtual currency, that's not going to lead to an IRL transaction with 2K. The more that they can get you to spend that virtual currency, the easier it is for them to get you to start making that IRL transaction to then purchase virtual currency, and the cycle continues on and on. 2K consistently gives you less incentives as the years go by and they grow more successful. They give less to their consumer, and this is what we got to kind of take in as a community. We got to come on, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this, because I think personally tracking your progress is okay for a corporation to track the progress of how the consumer interacts with their product. But I think it's different when they change the product, or they have the capability to change the product that's in front of the consumer, which will then lead to more transactions, allowing them to kind of get the most from their consumer. Instead of give more, so that way the consumer will naturally give back and be open and willing to giving back to the product that they enjoy. So help me understand. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I don't like the idea of 2K tracking our progress, but it is what it is. We know what's happening. I've been saying this for quite a while now. They're tracking us. It feels like 2K is actually not only tracking us, but putting us in, like, they're using their odds. So it's like, if we kind of make this action happen, happen, if we change this sort of attribute or this badge, how this badge functions, or eliminate this jump shot, then maybe they'll be out there creating a new player and dropping another $50 on the game for VC, $20 on the game for VC, $100 on the game for VC, virtual currency. If you guys found this video helpful and or informative, please let me know in the comments section below. I would love to hear from you. Hit that like button if you can. It helps us out tremendously. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as we're gonna have a ton of next gen content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.